So on the same weekend this summer, two movies open, Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie. Which movie are you walking into?
I'm quite decided. It'll probably be like Oppenheimer first and then Barbie, I think.
I think actually start your day with Barbie, then go straight into Oppenheimer, and then Barbie chaser.
I mean, I'll be going to see Barbie 100%. I can't wait to see it.
July 21st marks a fateful moment in the history of cinema. The day Barbie and Oppenheimer are both released in theaters across the nation. It's a showdown of epic proportions, one that has led to an inspiring collection of memes, merch, and the coinage of a mashed up nickname that's become so ubiquitous it has its own Wikipedia page. Most times, an internet fad surrounding a movie doesn't translate to box office success. But the allure of Barbenheimer feels different, and AMC has the receipts to prove it. This week, the theater chain disclosed that 40,000 moviegoers have already booked a Barbie Oppenheimer double feature, to say nothing of the countless people who will spread out their viewings over the opening weekend. Shared release date notwithstanding, one of the main reasons the Barbenheimer craze has taken off is because the films couldn't be more dramatically opposed. On the one hand, you have Barbie, a satirical comedy from Warner Brothers that's filled with bright colors and an artificiality that perfectly aligns with the iconic toy brand. In the best possible way, Barbie looks like the cinematic equivalent of a sugar high, and that over-the-top energy has extended to over 100 marketing tie-ins, like these ones. And even this Airbnb rental. Then there's Oppenheimer, a roughly 3-hour biopic from Universal Pictures about the devastating ramifications of the Manhattan Project, which ultimately created the world's first nuclear weapons, led by theoretical physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer. Unsurprisingly, the marketing push for Oppenheimer has been comparatively restrained. You're not going to find a fast food chain releasing a limited edition menu of sandwiches lathered into bomb hot sauce, considering how most celebrities have had this reaction to sampling the bomb on Hot Ones.
I feel like I'm gonna die!
For Universal, Oppenheimer is meant to appeal to cinephiles ready to be swept away by the power of the moving image. And in that sense, the movie will hopefully sell itself. And also because of this guy. The Barbenheimer phenomenon is entertaining and for the most part, harmless. While it's good that adults have not one, but two reasonably mature films to look forward to in the same summer week, Barbenheimer also has a bit of a depressing revelation. It has less to do with the projects themselves, and more to do with what we've learned to expect from the film industry. If both Barbie and Oppenheimer do well at the box office, it'll be a terrific day in Hollywood, and fairly good for everyone who loves film. But the harsh reality is that the idea of an anticipated double feature, or even seeing two big movies in one weekend, used to be a staple of frequent moviegoers' lives. But it has now become a novelty. There just aren't enough big screen movies for adults being released at any one time. The Barbenheimer model at least presumes people are excited about going out to a movie theater sometime around July 21st. But in the long run, getting former moviegoers, especially those over 40, off their couches and away from their big screen TVs and sophisticated sound systems will prove to be difficult. On the one hand, it's unfair to blame stay-at-home parents given the scarcity of films aimed at their demographic. Superhero movies and CGI-heavy action flicks with indecipherable stories have replaced the movies that people used to hire babysitters to go see. Like, didn't hire the babysitters to go see them, they hired them to... Romantic comedies, erotic thrillers, courtroom dramas, and even dumb comedies about dumb teens doing dumb things.
Wait, you changed your name to McLovin?
The even harsher reality is that in many cities, cinemas specializing in smaller movies have already closed. Depending on where you live, you can love movies desperately and simply be out of luck. But talk to the people who have given up on the movies by choice, and the sad truth is that they don't seem to miss them. There's so much good TV these days, why leave the house? I hate seeing movies with smelly, noisy people. The at-home experience is so much better, and so forth. Admittedly, many of the people who think and talk that way probably never really loved movies in the first place, but there are still too many who have outed themselves as consumers of content, happy as long as there's enough on streaming to fill their entertainment hours. Moviegoers has a romantic ring to it. Content consumers is the role more and more people are settling for, often without seeing how distasteful the concept of content can be. And there's tons of great stuff to stream, series that have been made with thought and care and create space for wonderful actors to do good work. But viewers who happily position themselves as consumers of content are playing into the mindset of the big streamers, who have a great deal invested in getting that stuff squeezed through the tube as cheaply as possible, hence the ongoing strikes. Let's assume though, that the Barbenheimer effect is enough to get at least some of the couch people back to the theater, which could help both movies become hits. What could box office success for either Barbie or Oppenheimer, or with luck, both, mean for the future of movies? We used to get so many historical epics about important people. A Beautiful Mind, The Social Network, The Imitation Game, that we'd almost groan whenever we saw another one slouching down the pipeline. But in 2023, the promise of Oppenheimer, a story about a controversial historical figure, played by an actor who has always been terrific in his movie roles, but who ultimately found acclaim working in TV, has become such a rarity in today's climate. If Oppenheimer is a hit, could it mean more movies drawn from history, that other kind of pre-awareness has nothing to do with IP? Maybe. But even if not, it could open a door for filmmakers to explore bigger subjects. And as for Barbie, hopefully the lesson learned for studio execs will be to continue to allow creative filmmakers the freedom to tell unique stories, even when basing them off something like a toy. That way we don't end up with things like this. So the sad truth regarding Barbenheimer is that despite the viral marketing and the big deal online that has been made of two major films releasing on the same day, it serves as a bit of a depressing reminder of how going to the theater used to be. This shouldn't have to be a trending, novel topic. Big movies used to always open on the same day, such as a rising tide lifts all ships, and when moviegoers were flooded with great options at the movies, it made for a better experience and overall ecosystem. This was before streaming took over, and quantity is now being pressed out far more than quality, within a distribution medium that has yet to even become profitable. Now the release battle at the theaters is strictly focused on dominating the premium and IMAX screens, allowing for only one big release every couple weeks. A topic that made Tom Cruise upset when he found out the latest Mission Impossible movie would only be showing on premium screens for 1 week with the release of Oppenheimer and Barbie. Anyways, all this to say, which movie are you guys going to see first this weekend? Are you going to watch both? Are you going to watch neither? Whatever your thoughts, comment them down below. Oh, have you tried the Barbie burger?
It's pee.
Was my title too clickbaity? Whatever it is, you should at least
live forever.